What's going on? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the industry's most wanted podcast. It's a producer kind of night. You know what I'm saying? It's a creator kind of night.
Yeah.
Shout out to Major88Keys checking in. What's good, bro?
What's going on? What's going on?
Give me some love, but you got to hold it there. We're transferring energy. You feel that?
I feel it. Hold on. Wait.
All right, now.
I feel it.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you here. You are working. You are on your grinds.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself.
What's going on? What's going on? For those that may know me or don't know me, this your boy Major88Keys. You know, I'm in the building. What's going on?
He working, man. Listen, we got a lot to talk about. I'm going to dig, but not too personal. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, that's all good.
I want people to understand how you got to where you're at, because you got a name out here. Your name's buzzing and ringing bells, and people know who you are. So, but it took a long time to get there.
Definitely.
You know, you didn't just wake up being who you are today. So where did you grow up?
I originally am born in Silver Spring, Maryland. You know what I'm saying? DMV area.
Okay.
But I was raised in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay. Shout out to the Lou, man.
Oh, yeah.
Got much respect out there. I love the Lou.
Oh, yeah. You know, and the Lou love Atlanta, too. So, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no thing. But,
it gets crazy hot out there, too, now.
Humid. Very humid.
Bro, last time I was out there, it was like 104. I was like, dang, it's this hot?
Yeah. I don't know what the sun got against St. Louis.
I don't know. It be beaming, though. Will it beaming? So let's take it back before you started doing music, right?
What's up?
What were you aspiring to do before music, if anything?
Oh, I was an athlete.
Okay.
I played basketball mainly. Had a D1 scholarship and everything, Indiana State. But being a young kid that's used to being outside, because I grew up outside, playing outside, not on video games.
No, for real.
You know
absolutely.
So I was playing outside, playing basketball, just randomly, and did like a putback dunk and ended up rolling off of the person's ankle and dislocated my ankle and was on crutches for 11 months. They ended up redshirting me because I was good. So they ain't like take my scholarship away, but they redshirted me. So I was still on the like kind of like the roster,
right?
But I wasn't
Understood.
on the team. The
I got you.
team. So
yeah.
Just so people to be like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Just so they know what that means.
But
so,
like, you on the team, but you can't play.
Exactly. You know
basically.
What I'm saying? So it was that, but then eventually with me getting the diagnosis of being on crutches for 11 months. Like, once that became public, they was like, oh, no, we're going to have to take the scholarship.
Dang,
you know what I'm saying?
man. Like, them injuries are something else, because I think that once you have something, depending if it's your knee or your ankle, a lot of times, even though you heal up, it ain't never the same again.
No, right.
You know, I know people who got knee injuries playing basketball. They heal up. They even had surgery. And doctor said, man, you good. As soon as they get back in the game, they re-injure themselves. And it just sucks. So at some point, I guess you got to take a different path.
No, and I always was one of those talented people. So I just was like, at that young of an age, I was like, whatever's going to get me to the bag first.
Nah, for real.
I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
What can I do to make money?
Yeah, because I was already not a fan for working for nobody. So I was already like, all right, what am I finna do?
No, for real. Absolutely. And that's the biggest thing. Let's just talk about that for a second. We hear a lot of people complaining about how much they hate their job and they don't want to get up and go work for someone else. Well, guess what? You need to start your own business then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the simple answer. And there's resources out here to be able to do it.
No, for real, on all levels, because as the popular saying goes, there's levels to this.
There's level to this. Yes, big facts. You know what I'm saying? So I was that person. I worked for somebody else, but I waited. You know, I was a single mom, had my son as a teenager, so I waited till my son was grown before I decided, okay, let me venture out and do my own thing full time, because before that, as a single mom, I had to have a guaranteed income.
No, facts.
You know, when we independent, we you know, money coming, but it's not on no set schedule.
Right.
No direct deposits hitting.
Right. And you spoke on it from that perspective, and I always when you talk about how I got here, I always speak about that perspective from my perspective.
Yeah.
And that's, I made this decision at the age of 16. Because when I dislocated my ankle, I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
So them telling me I'm not finna play basketball, it's like, okay, well, now what?
Now what? What am I gonna do?
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I still made that decision at an age where I was being dependent of my parents. So I always tell people, the earlier the better, of course, to make that decision, because later it does become harder when you do have responsibilities and if you do have kids, or if you got a house in your name, cars in your name, you know what I'm saying? All of that kind of stuff makes following my dream harder.
It does.
Or being an entrepreneur, even, harder. So it's those two perspectives, like versus earlier versus later. And like I said, my success and my support system came from doing it at an early age of music. Like I said, I've been professionally making music since 16.
Okay.
So playing, whether it be live or touring or church, or you know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. And I think that's a good direction to go in, because that's your passion. I'm a big believer in your passion also turns into what your purpose is in life. You know, I'm quite sure you like working and helping other people, right?
Always. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can pursue your passion to meet your purpose in life, you're doing the right thing. When you first started doing production, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who, if you remember, who was one of the first artists that jumped on one of your beats?
You know what? Now that you say it like that, the first name that comes to my mind is definitely OJ the Juice Man.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who was like that first, around that first round. It was like him and Kevin Gates, probably, I think.
That's crazy.
But I think OJ the Juice was like one of my first like.
That's still a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's very well known. It wasn't your homie up the street. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I didn't. And that's why I always tell people, I never sold beats on a local level.
Yeah. Let's talk about that a little bit. And I don't want you to give out too much, because some people got to figure this stuff out on their own, because you have years of putting in work to gain the knowledge that you have right now, right? Otherwise, they got to pay you for a consultation. They got to hit your manager and pay you for consultation.
Yeah, we got a couple of those a week, a few of those
Absolutely.
a week. So.
Listen, I'm big on that. You know, people got to pay for your time and they got to pay for your knowledge. That's just what it is. So, but with that being said, let's drop a couple small gems if you don't mind. So, okay. Man, there's a lot of aspiring producers out there who would love to be in a position you're in. If they're just starting out, what would be a tip or a piece of advice that you could offer them?
Well, definitely have a catalog. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the product.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
most definitely.
So at the end of the day, we got to have the product, you know what I'm saying, to display.
Right.
Like I said, for me, it's different now for how a producer would get in the industry now.
Yeah, absolutely. Times have changed.
when I was just getting in as a producer, because like now there's loops, and right. I always tell people I was the loop.
Yeah,
like I was the person that really had to come and do it. Like before this whole sending loops was the thing.
Right.
They just called people like me to
You were the looper.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, literally came in to play the guitar, play the keyboard, this 16 bar loop, you know what I'm saying? And then let the producer do everything. But so for now, I would definitely say collaboration, number one. That's probably one of the most easiest ways. And even our production team is a key to that, because like we have producers from all over the country.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Inside Canada, Russia, Ukraine, all over.
That's
you know
so
what I'm saying?
dope.
So how does that happen? Through collaborations.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So definitely, number one, if a producer is definitely trying to get in this industry right now, I would say to collaborate. So use that network with other producers. With that turns into collaborations. With those collaborations should turn into, placements with artists.
Absolutely. And that's kind of similar as an artist that's up and coming. They get features from other artists.
It is, but the reason I say it's different because with artists, it's more politics.
Right.
Producers, we ain't got to work with you.
No, you don't. You never have to work with an artist. There's so many other places you can put your production.
Yeah, but like with the artist, it's like the artist is catching that other artist's fan base.
No, absolutely. Correct.
So that's the benefit more so of it. A producer's not catching another producer's quote unquote fan base by doing a collaboration. If anything, you can get into now that producer's network of artists. That they work with.
Absolutely.
So now that's the difference of it.
Right, exactly. So, they have the same type of concept, but it works differently.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why an artist would pay for a big feature is to gain their fans. The reason why a producer want to collab because now you get in the network of other artists and stuff. It's just a foot in the door. Right. You know, and that's what you got to do, man. We can't do this stuff by ourselves. How many producers are on your roster?
What? Yeah, I was just going to say, it's about 10. 10?
Man, that's big, bro. Like, how did that come together? Because I'm the type of person that I have a hard time finding people to match my energy and my work ethic.
Oh, come on.
I have big energy and I'm loud and I talk a lot and maybe I intimidate people. I don't know. How did that come together for you?
Well, quite simple. Honestly, I'm an organic person. Yeah. I don't like forcing nothing.
Right. Absolutely.
And my everybody that know me know that I don't like that, like to force anything. So it really just came organically because I was working with producers that were already signed to the production label for you know what I'm saying? And it was producers like Carter Z. He did stuff on the Big Boogie Underrated album.
Yeah, which was a phenomenal album, yeah.
And the new album, things like that. And then 808 Plug, Tooth the producer, Tim. It was like 4 or 5 people off the roster. Yeah. That like I organically was already just working
with already.
And coincidentally, they was all under the same management.
It just made sense.
You know what I'm saying? And then I started coming. I was already coming to Atlanta already, so I went. I was already familiar with Atlanta already, so I was just like, oh hey, I'm gonna come by and jam with you. You know what I'm saying? I was talking with. As far as the management, you know what I'm saying? Right. The head of management, which is Mitch. So I was just rapping with him, and we were just like, yo, man, I'm going to come pull up. You know what I'm saying? I pulled up a couple times, just organic, just working in and out. And then sooner or later, like around October, we kind of made it like official and then just been going crazy and going up ever since. And then other producers off the roster been going crazy. Like I said, Carter Z going crazy.
Working.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So everybody going up. It's that time.
It's a blessing. It's because you guys bring good energy within the situation.
Oh, yeah, always.
That's a major thing because you get one person who got that bad vibes, negative energy, they're going to throw the whole team off.
Yeah, and it ain't no egos either.
No. You can't have that.
Yeah, don't nobody walk around and feel like this producer bigger than another producer. Like we all just vibing.
Right, absolutely. For the people who are not familiar with your work yet, which maybe they're somewhere asleep, I don't know. Let's talk about a little bit. What would you say was that song that you produced that really put your name out there and people started really recognizing your work?
Honestly, I would say it was different things. One of the things was a record I did with Vito the singer. Okay. It was called Four Walls, featuring Natasha Mosley.
Nice.
Sitting there slight little, probably 37 million streams or something. You know what I'm saying?
He said a little slight something like 37 million. What?
Something slight, But it was organic, super organic. So it went from 1 million to 3 to 7 to 13, to crazy numbers to the point to where
that's amazing.
The whole viral thing of the TikTok and everything, that was when that really started to bubble real tough. Yeah. And that was 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. So that was absolutely. That was when that platform really started to bubble. So I noticed a whole bunch of dances and a whole bunch of lyric videos and all kind of stuff. So that's what made me oh wow, this
it's very lucrative.
Yeah, this is really this is what viral really all entails of viral, not just having a good song.
Absolutely.
This is what viral
actually means because a lot of people never experience that.
Yeah,
they might have a good song, but it doesn't go viral.
Yeah, and so now it's a now I understand that level of marketing when it comes to viral.
Yeah,
and then Empire placement. You know what I'm saying? That went. Even though it was a buyout situation, it was oh, that was dope. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? you know, things I can still talk about it and whatever.
Absolutely.
Like that. That one, and then of course the Gates record. Like things came like, you know what I'm saying? Because the Gates records that we did do, me and G Money, because I think me and him did both of them.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, that it was like those were both good records, and like those kind of followed up at a good time of, you know, after his album, because those were singles. Those weren't on the album.
Right, I got you.
So,
did you work with him in the studio?
No, not personally on those. Not on both of those. Do
you? Let's talk about that. You know, and it probably depends on the artist, because some of these artists have major egos and they're very arrogant, right? We ain't throwing no names out there though. We don't do that. But there's some really dope ones too who have great vibes. Do you prefer to be in the studio cooking up with them?
I mean, I'm always been a team player. Yeah. You know, coming from sports. So I mean, I can do whatever is best for the record. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's best for the situation. Now, if you're asking to get the best experience out of working with Major88Keys, I would say yes. That would be best. Right. Just because I can rap, I can sing. So like,
hold on. Let me hear you sing.
Right now?
I mean, shoot, you just said I can sing.
All right, hold on. Let's see. What song I want to sing though? Now you gotta give me a song now. I gotta think of one.
I mean, like,
'cause I don't sing all the time for people, so this is a special moment for you only. For you only.
Do you want something more like old school?
Let's see. You made me wanna leave the one away. Look at this.
Start a new relationship. we can start a group. Now that'll go viral.
She is silly.
Bro, that'll go viral. You and I do a song together.
I had to think about it. I had to give me an A. I had to think of me an A-Town song. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Usher. Boy.
Okay, I'm sorry. I totally interrupted what you were saying. You know what I'm saying?
It's good. We can just move on. It's over. Nope. You missed it.
Nah, I think that's dope. You gotta have multiple hustles out here, right?
But when I work with artists, like, because I understand the record. Like, I'm not trying to be an artist.
Right,
you know what
absolutely.
I'm saying? And people see my my appearance and think I'm an artist most of the time. Yeah. Anyway, they're like, "Oh, you an artist?
Oh, yeah, you a rapper?
You rap, don't you?" You know what I'm saying? Kids, old people, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, nah. But I really do get involved with records.
Man,
so
that's so dope.
If the flow is off, no, we gotta fix that. Okay, hey, that bar didn't even make sense, my boy. Like, okay, we gotta fix that. Baby girl, you flat. You know what I'm saying? We need to get, you know what I'm saying? I hear I'm never trying to change what an artist
of course
is doing.
You're trying to improve it.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to improve it. So if you is trying to go, but you flat, no, now I'm here to teach you and give you articulation or give you some, you need to breathe like this, or, you know what I'm saying, to accomplish what it is that you're trying to do.
Absolutely.
I ain't trying to tear it down and tell you that suck or that whack.
Of course.
But if this is what you're trying to do, you got to go about this
a different route.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm here to help you accomplish that, though.
Bro, that's so dope, though, that you're so engaging and you get involved like that, because honestly, producers...
Some people just press 3. Some people just record you.
Period.
And don't even care.
Exactly. But my thought is this. I'm certainly not a producer nor an engineer, but if I was, I would want to be involved, too, because my name's stamped on that thing, too.
No, and you know what I'm saying? And that's normally always the... Yeah, that is. But also people that are involved in the business do understand that some artists may not want my level of, like I just said, of my expertise. Right. I really could have helped you with this record and make it better.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But you may be an artist that don't like that level of critique.
Right.
Or don't like that level of feedback. So I'm going to just sit back right here and just do my job to my fullest potential and deliver. Now, if you ask me, then, of course, I'll render an opinion.
Of course.
To answer your question. But if you one of those, then sure, I'm just going to sit back and keep mixing, keep producing, you know what I'm saying, making this record fire, sound good. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you give me then.
Absolutely. Do you engineer for a lot of the artists? You mix and master a lot of their records as well?
Yeah. Me and my manager do. So that's definitely.
That's so dope.
Yeah. And again, just to keep the sound in-house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end, like you said, it is our work.
Exactly.
And we got 10 producers, so we ain't recording nobody that's on no YouTube beats and
Nah, for real.
and stuff like that. So it's like if you were coming, especially to record with us, 9 out of 10, you using one of the producers' tracks that's on the roster.
Yes, and having one of your engineers actually touch the record, because if you produce a really fire song, but they have a crappy engineer who doesn't mix and master it, it comes out sounding like you said flat and just not good.
Yep.
Man,
I got placements that's like that, and I ain't gonna say which ones. I'm not gonna say that, but I've mixed records, and my mix that I sent over slap.
Yeah.
And when I heard it on the album,
that's so frustrating.
So thin.
Man, that's gotta be frustrating. Like, what was you thinking? I gave you a masterpiece. And then you turned it into a team piece. Like, what are we doing over here? You know what I'm saying?
Perfect. No, that's really what happened. But again, I can't say that hasn't not only happened, but once or twice, I think, in my whole career.
Yeah.
Because after a while, when you are a producer that proves yourself, because you got to prove yourself in this industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once I've proved that I can mix and I can master, and to the point to where you can put this version out, it's like, okay, now people are trusting your mix. They trusting your ear. You know what I'm saying? And I got artists even in St. Louis, like Jizzle Bucks, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of music that we got, and he got a lot of music out. But the song or the record that's being pushed the most is the record that I produced from head to toe.
Absolutely, because it's got your expertise on it, from the production to the mixing and mastering. You're going to make sure it's radio ready out the door.
No, facts.
And a lot of these artists, they try to go the cheap route and learn how to do it themselves, which there's nothing wrong with learning new crafts, but
right.
Practice and don't necessarily put that out. Just practice first, but still send it off to a real deal engineer.
Because that at least lets me know that you at least know what you're looking for.
Right, absolutely. Well, and that's the thing too. I would imagine if you have a new artist that comes to you and wants you to mix and master their song, you've never worked with them before, they got to provide you with some sort of reference.
I mean, and that's helpful.
Right.
I will say that's 1,000% helpful,
right.
for sure.
Absolutely.
But for me, a lot of times personally, I'm actually hearing the record out, even as it's recorded. So I'm almost hearing the finished product.
You already know, yeah.
I'm hearing like, okay, this what type of record this is? Okay.
You know what direction to go in with it.
This is where it should sit at, and then outside of where it should sit at,
right.
I can get creative with that. You know what I'm saying? Because it still needs to translate in today's music.
No, absolutely. What type of music do you produce? What genres?
Of course, you know, we doing hip hop, trap, R&B. I do gospel.
Okay.
And then we do a lot of live band stuff too.
Oh, that's dope.
And the live band stuff could transcend again from any of those genres.
Right, absolutely. Have you ever dove into like country or rock or anything like that?
See, the thing with that, it's like, yeah, but they still crossing over. Everybody want to still be hip hop. You know, trap and hip hop is still like, you know what I'm saying, the number one, you know, genre. So it's like I have one country placement.
Okay, that's good. You got one.
Yeah, I got one. Like they would say, all you need one. I got one, yeah. But the stuff that just came across my desk has definitely been, oh yeah, man, we want to try this country trap and whoop whoop. And I'm like, oh, here we go. All right, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it, but it's just like, all right, you know. So.
Nah, that's dope. But at least you got one in the vault. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. What about like production for movies and stuff? Is that something that you've dove into?
Oh yeah. I mean, again, even though it's not, you know, credited for me with the whole, you know, Empire thing, is like with that still being something that's there. It's like I'm able to still. It's like that foot in the door. So people, and I'm a musician too.
Right.
So
you play a lot of instruments.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Something slight. You know.
Let's real quickly. We're talking about the movie placements. What instruments do you play?
First, I started off on the drums.
Okay.
Then I went to the keyboard. Then I went on playing the organ, because you know what I'm saying, I grew up in church. So you know what I'm saying, they both right there side by side. So you know what I'm saying, did both of those, and then. I always wanted to be a rock star, low key, so I had to play the guitar.
The guitar, yeah,
I had
gotta
to play
do that.
And I had long hair too. Like, oh yeah, it's just inevitable. Like,
you're a rocker in your own way.
Oh, typical. Yeah, I
you did a whole hair slinging thing.
Yes, all of that. Yes, I'm transparent. Yes, all of that. Hair swinging. offbeat just because, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that they did it on purpose, but I did it because I'm like, that's what they look like. So I'm going to be offbeat. I'm going to shake my dreads as hard as I can, but kill it.
That is
but
hilarious.
Kill it, though. You got to still be killing it,
My
though.
cheeks hurt right now. Nah, that's dope, bro. Like, you got to vibe out sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
And then I'm an energy person. Lights.
All that. Yes. Yeah.
Vibrations.
Most
all of that.
definitely.
So,
all that plays into, you know, how you feel, your energy and everything.
Yeah. So people don't understand how deeply I really be deep into music.
Yeah.
Because I suffered short-term memory loss in a car accident, and I forgot how to play. I suffered short-term memory loss for like a month.
Oh wow!
So yeah, so I
bro, that's devastating. Thank God you got it back.
I know, right? But you know what's so crazy? Because I mean, I'm a Cancer, so you know they say Cancers we're emotional, and I had a emotional moment.
Yes, you are.
That's fine. And I had
not in a bad way. Not in a bad way whatsoever.
But I had an emotional moment where, because when it happened, I broke down at church. Because that's when it happened. I was like, wait a minute, I don't know how to play.
Yeah.
But I'm playing. I played like 3 chords and then had a.
Like, yeah, you blacked out of like, what am I supposed to do next?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then.
You have a testimony.
And then once I drove myself crazy almost because I always had a home studio.
Yeah.
So I got a whole full-blown studio in the house.
Yeah.
And every day I'm trying to get it back. Like, what is this? What is this? Low-key, I'm in there breaking stuff. I ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Getting frustrated.
Yeah. And to the point to where, like, I had to pack up the whole studio. Like I ain't selling it, and I just had to pack it up.
Yeah.
Because I was literally driving, because I got anxiety issues too.
Yeah.
So I was like really pushing myself, and I was just like, because I'm always succeeding. I'm even if I fail or come short, I know I tried my best. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's just, but when it happened, I packed everything up, blah blah blah. I did all of that, but after I got all the emotion out, I reached to a point where I said, you know what, God. If I got to learn all of this all over again, I bet. Come on, let's get it. I'm finna have to do it starting today.
Man, that's.
If this is where I'm finna have to. If this is it, I know what I used to know.
Right.
What level I used to know, especially so. If that means I got to start over, come on, we got to start over, starting today. You know what I'm saying? I had to move all the emotion out and have to deal with accepting what's right now. And if this is what's going to have to be the finish, this is where we got to go. And then, I you know how you always say, you know what I'm saying, he sees the desires of your heart.
Absolutely.
And he was like, dang, okay, bro, ain't playing.
Nah, for real.
Let me go ahead and just get this back to him then. You know what I'm saying?
Here's your memory back, sir.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and get it back. So, you know, that's how that happened. That's how that played out, you know. And then I started taking my music at a more serious level.
Right, absolutely. At that point, it was confirmation that I got to step it up.
Yeah, for sure.
I think situations like that, whether it be death of a loved one or, you know, like you said, you were in a car accident, it might seem bad at the time, but I think I always try to pull the good out in every situation.
No, for sure.
And it gives you more of a sense of clarity on life. Like, man, life is short. Like, something can be taken away from us, whether it's a person, your memory, whatever, in a second. Quick. So it also lets you know you don't deal with the BS. You know what I'm saying? You cut out a lot of stuff for people that don't need to be around you.
All the time.
You know, and again, that goes back to us saying we keep our circle small.
Yep.
Most
even
definitely.
Smaller.
Super small. You know what I'm saying? Like microscopic. Are you in there?
Yeah, don't you remember when T-Mobile had the fave 20, 10, top 10? Yeah, we going, we taking it back to them days.
Hold on now. How you know about you young? You young. How you know about some of this stuff?
Dang, what you mean? I've been around, man. I'm trying to tell you.
I can tell. You know, you a young man with an old soul. That's what it is.
I get told that a lot.
Yeah, and you a Cancer. Like my mom was a Cancer, and I'll tell you, like she was just such a nurturing kind of person and very emotional. So I understand them wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it wasn't a bad thing.
Right now,
I just know how emotional it can be. But I am too, though. You know what I'm saying? So what can we expect coming up from you? You got anything in the works? I know you always got stuff in the works, but anything you can talk about?
At the moment, the things that I can talk about is, of course, you know, like I said, me and Jizzle Bucks in St. Louis, we constantly working. We got new music on the way. You You know what I'm saying? New projects on the way. And then, like I said, the production team, 4 to 4, we always still working. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, new stuff just dropped with Carter Z, with Big Boogie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you know, we got other stuff that's coming down the pipeline as well. So, you know what I'm saying? We just staying consistent, keep working, and just staying focused. And, you know what I'm saying? Just know we coming with it.
Nah, for real. Absolutely. And if you get a chance, if you haven't already, get in a session with Big Boogie. He's such a vibe.
Oh yeah. I'm already knowing. Like I said, one of our producers already have. So, you know, with me just now getting down here to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? It's all about timing.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna come together, most definitely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, boom. See, there it is.
Look, what song came out today?
Strip Anthem. Yep.
Oh, the stripper anthem. I seen his manager post it. Shout out to Leon. What's happening?
Yeah.
Nah, for real. That's dope. So that was y'all's work right there.
Yeah, that's Carter. Yeah, produced by Carter Z.
Man, that's amazing. Yeah, Big Boogie's one of my faves as of lately. That I do a lot of interviews, and man, that dude had so much energy. He danced for me, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's the and that's where we like I tell anybody, you got to bring fun back to music.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm from an era, because I'm y'all elders, right? I'm your elder. You're all my sons. But I came from an era when we was going to the clubs when I was in my early 20s that everybody danced.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Super fun.
In Tampa, we had a club called Club Atlanta. In Tampa, it was the best spot, hands down.
Yeah, that sounds like a controversy, but we're going to let it slide, though.
But it was just dope because, man, the whole night people stayed on the dance floor. We had fun. We had a good time. The type of music that was coming out was just a whole vibe. Like, let's bring that back. Why not?
Yeah, I just had to I'm a DJ now as well.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, you know what I mean? For those that be tuned in to the Instagram.
What's your DJ name?
No, I keep everything consistent.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, just make it, because I can always tell, like I tell people, it's about branding. Like, I don't even want to be called DJ Major88Keys. That sounds so ugly. Like, I'm just keeping it funky. Like, even when people print it, I even send it over to them, either print my name like this or print it like this, meaning either print it like Vibes by Major88Keys or Major88Keys in the mix or on the ones or twos.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the brand. I
totally agree.
What I'm saying? Like, I don't care if I start doing tents, like, or selling
it's
cars.
Still the same name.
It's a brand name. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Bigger Rankin told me that too. He said that's why he don't put DJ in front of his name, because he don't want to be boxed in as just that, because he does so many different things. So you're right. Once you build a brand, man, like, you got to stick to that.
Yeah, and then I just became a DJ, so y'all just want to call me now DJ Major. Like, come on now, bro. Like, no. Like,
how you enjoying doing that?
It's fun, and that's why I always tell people it's no seriousness to it. It's all 100% fun.
Yeah.
I can stumble, do something wrong. I wouldn't even care.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't even, oops. You know what I'm saying?
My bad. None of that.
Like, and even my style of DJing, I'm personal. I'm a very, like, and I tell people, like, it's a difference because you controlling energy.
Right.
So,
facts.
So I'll talk to you. It could be hundreds of people. I'll sit here. I'll be like, I'll point you out and just talk to you in the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's that connection that people will see, be like, dang, you talking? Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
That's your song? Oh, hold on, watch this. I'm finna do something else. And then go to a whole nother, you know what I'm saying, to where it's an interactive.
You have to be engaging.
Yeah, opposed to just being the DJ tucked away where you don't see him. Even if you can't see me, you finna feel me, you finna hear me.
Absolutely.
You know and I do move. I leave out the DJ booth. I'm young. I can still move. I ain't got to just stay cooped up in the DJ booth. I'll come down there to the DJ floor with my mic and talk, jam for that little probably 45 seconds because the song ain't that long.
Nah, for
so
real.
You know what I'm saying? And get back to the DJ booth, you know.
But
so
that's dope, though. You have to be engaging like that because that's what's going to keep the crowd there.
Yeah, because I'm a different style of a DJ. I'm not up here mixing on some eerie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I definitely got a good blend game, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm doing more entertaining. I'm an entertainer.
I think that's the era we're in right now anyway.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a strong love for the DJs back in the day who was on vinyl and they was doing all this stuff. But Slick, they ain't doing that no more anyway. They're more there to hype the crowd up and get the energy going and stuff like that. So you're in the perfect position to do that because also you really understand music. You understand BPMs, you know, how to blend the music together. That's the most important part.
And then also, like I tell people, this is another little quick gem and finesse. But also now with me being a DJ, like for instance, like we said, we just dropped. You know what I'm saying?
Now you can break that record.
I'm doing what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, for real.
I was just back in St. Louis and I was telling my manager and them, I was like, yo, we was just playing the sleaze off of the songs that Carter produced. You know what I'm saying?
Got
like,
to.
I
Home
mean,
team.
they St. Louis rock with Big Booty, all of his songs. But I'm pushing the propaganda, obviously.
Of course, absolutely.
Of, you know what I'm saying? The songs that we got. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
That we more so produce. You know what I'm saying? And they rocking with them anyway, so I'm just going to play these a little bit more. That's just all, you know what I'm saying? Keep it funky. You know what I mean? But any records, though, that I produce, you know what I'm saying? I did it with Kevin, with the Gates records.
Yep.
With the when I do R&B nights, I'm playing all the Vito records I produce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just it's the producer DJ. It's like you pushing the song, or even like my homie Twisted Genius. I'm playing all the songs.
That's my
you know what I'm
dog,
saying?
too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I'm playing his, and I'm cool with a lot of producers. So I'm playing the songs that I know and my homies produce.
Absolutely, man.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't no hater, so you know what I'm saying.
But that's why God blesses you so much.
Yeah, that's why he had to give me my memory back. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Thank you,
to
God. Shout out to God. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, you know, I appreciate that. You know?
Yeah, because that would be terrible if you could remember everything else but what your passion is. And that's music.
And that's where I was in that space.
Man, that's, woof, Lord.
It was Space Jam in real life.
God was testing you for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? But you passed the test, obviously, because he gave it back to you.
Yeah.
Well, that's dope, man. I appreciate you being here.
Oh, man, I appreciate you, too. This was a long time
Long
coming.
overdue. I was telling Naj, I'm like, we have such busy schedules that we had to finally just mesh them together. Like, come on, we doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We making this happen. Before we get into social media and all that, you know, go ahead and just take a second to look in the camera and, you know, any closing words, thoughts, any thank yous, what shout outs you want to give?
Well, one thing I'll definitely say, the biggest thing right now is marketing. So for all y'all producers, independent artists, entrepreneurs, market yourself, market y'all brands. You know what I'm saying? Get on these different sites and really network and build you a platform, so then you can maintain your content and your audience as well. Because when these platforms, you know what I'm saying, go down and you can't talk to your followers, you need to be able to still retain that your clients, or retain your business and all of that stuff. But you got to retain that information through marketing. So that's the one thing I want to say. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my management for having me down here in Atlanta. We going up, going crazy.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all can always tap in and find your boy at official Major88Keys on Instagram. And the beat's going to stay live at Major88Keys.com. Stay put.
Man, he just put it out there, everything. And I like what you said. I just want to elaborate real quickly, because one thing that I always talk to these artists about, because majority of the people I interview are artists, I'm like, you got to have your own website.
Yeah.
And you got to build these connections and have them somewhere, because people are getting their social medias hacked left and right.
Come on.
What do you do when your Instagram is gone? You know, like some people rely solely on that for all their connections. No, you got to have a website. You might want to build an email list, get yourself an app and get people subscribed. That's not going to get taken away from you.
Nope.
Unless you don't pay the bill, but you know.
Yeah, you know.
But then that's on you.
Yeah.
Last but not least, before we get up out of here, Major88Keys checking in on the industry's most wanted podcast. So my most important question of the whole night: what makes you the industry's most wanted?
Because I'm a musician, a real musician. You put me on anything, give me any instrument, we're going to still make a hit. That way.
That way. We up out of here, y'all.